Hi everyone! In today's tutorial, I'll show you how to crochet this beautiful motif which can be used in Irish crochet projects, freeform crochet, or as an individual motif for decoration. This crocheted motif is made using such crochet stitches as boolean block stitch and front post stitches. Once you create several of the same motifs, you may play with them and see how you would like them to be located in your project. Feel free to experiment with your ideas and also feel free to try different yarns or threads in creating this kind of motifs. For work, I'll be using Angora yarn and a crochet hook. Begin the work by making a chain of 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Now chain 5 more for the foundation ring. Here I'll mark this last chain stitch as I will work a slip stitch into later. So chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now slip into the 6th chain stitch away from the hook. Now the foundation chain is ready. I'll continue working in rows. Begin row 1. A row of boolean block stitches. So turn the work to the back, chain 2 to start the row, 1, 2, and now work into this foundation ring we've just created. Make 6 boolean block stitches. Double crochet to make the foundation for the first boolean block stitch. Then yarn over and pull up a loop from under the post of this double. Repeat 5 times. This is 1. Again, yarn over, pull up a loop. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then insert the hook into the foundation ring and pull up a loop. Then yarn over and pull through all loops on the hook at once. And chain 1 to complete the block stitch. The first block stitch is ready. Continue in this way and crochet 5 more. So repeat, double crochet into the ring. Then work around the post of this double. Yarn over and pull up a loop. Repeat 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then pull up a loop from the foundation ring. Yarn over, pull through all loops on the hook, and chain 1. The second boolean block stitch is made. Continue in this way and crochet 4 more block stitches into the foundation ring the exact same way. I'm done working into the ring. 6 block stitches are made. Now continue and work through the stitches of the foundation chain. Skip the next chain stitch, this one that we worked a slip stitch into to complete the foundation ring, and double crochet into the next chain stitch. Work the same block stitch as before. Then yarn over and pull up a loop. Repeat 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then pull up a loop through the same chain stitch of the foundation. Yarn over, pull through all loops on the hook, and chain 1. Continue the same. Skip 1 chain stitch of the foundation chain and work the same block stitch into the second chain stitch. So double crochet, then yarn over, pull up a loop, repeat 5 times. Then pull up a loop through the same chain stitch, yarn over, pull through all loops, and chain 1. The next block stitch I'll be working into the 3rd chain stitch of the foundation chain. So skip the next 2 stitches and double crochet into the 3rd one. Around this post of the double crochet stitch, work the same block stitch. So then make 2 more block stitches in a row by working into each second stitch of the foundation. So the next block stitch will be into this stitch and the next one into this one. Here I completed 3 block stitches. In between these blocks, we skipped 1 chain stitch here on the foundation. Now repeat the same stitch sequence. Start the next block stitch by working into the 3rd chain stitch of the foundation chain. Skip 2 chain stitches and start into the 3rd one. And the next 2 block stitches will be made in a row into each 2nd stitch of the foundation. So again, the 2nd block stitch will be made into this stitch. Then again skip 1 and the 3rd one will be made into the next stitch. Continue the same. I completed my last 3 block stitches. Here they are. In between these stitches I skipped 1 chain stitch of the foundation. So right now we have 14 bullion blocks in this row. Let's continue and complete this first row together. Here I finish my last block stitch with a chain stitch, then continue chain 1 more, skip 1 stitch on the foundation and single crochet into the last chain stitch of the foundation chain. Now the first row is ready. Turn the work to the other side and start row 2. Chain 4 for the chain space, 1, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet into the following chain space of 1 of previous row. Then again chain 4 for the chain space, 1, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet into the chain space between the following block stitches. Repeat the same chain 1, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet into the following chain space between the next block stitches. Continue and work the same till you reach the last block stitch of previous row. Here. Then we will continue together and I'll show you how to complete this row. Let's complete row 2 together. Once you reach the last block stitch, continue chain 2, 1, 2, and double crochet into the following chain space of 2 we made on the beginning of previous row. The second row is ready. Now turn the work to start row 3, which also will be a row of chain spaces. Chain 1 to bring up the yarn. Then chain 4 more for the first chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then single crochet into the next chain space of 4. Again chain 4 and single crochet into the following chain space. Repeat chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet into the next chain space. Continue in this way till the end of the row. Let's complete row 3 together. Chain 4 for the last chain space, 1, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet into the last chain space of previous row. The third row is ready. Now we can turn the work to continue with the next row, row 4. Chain 3 to start the row. 1, 2, 3, into the first chain space, work following stitches, single crochet, then half double crochet 2, 1 and 2, then double crochet 4, work around the chain stitches of the first chain space on row before the previous one. Here, I'll work around the chain stitches of the first chain space that are under the next chain space of previous row. So double crochet 4, 2, 3, and the last one 4. Then turn the work, chain 1 to bring up the yarn and single crochet into each of next 7 stitches we've just made. Start from the first stitch, 1, single crochet into the next stitch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and into the last one, 7. Then chain 4 for the chain space, 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn the work to the front and into the next chain space, work the same. Repeat single crochet. then half double crochet 2, 1 and 2, and double crochet 4 around these chain stitches of row before the previous one. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then turn the work to the back, chain 1 and single crochet 7 in a row starting from the first stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Then chain 4 for the chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn the work to the front and repeat the same by working into the next chain space of previous row. So single crochet, half double crochet 2, 1 and 2, and so on. As you can see in this row, we're creating these nice folded rows of double crochet stitches. Continue and work in this way till the end of the row. Then we will continue together and I will show you how to complete this row and begin the next one. Keep working. Here, as you can see, I'm almost done with row 4. Let's see how to complete this row. Continue chain 4 for the chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here is our last chain space of previous row. Work into this chain space, single crochet, then half double crochet 2, 1 and 2, and then double crochet 4 around the post of this double crochet stitch on row before the previous one. Double crochet 4 around that post. 1, 2, 3, and the last double 4. Then, as we did before, turn the work to the back, chain 1 and single crochet in a row, work into each stitch we've just made. Do not skip the first stitch. I did 2, continue 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Then chain 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn the work to the front and single crochet into the last chain space of 2 in row before the previous one, which is right before the double. Before the double that we've just worked around its post, you remember. Then continue, make 2 chain stitches. 1, 2. And now double crochet into the chain space of 2 made on the beginning of the first row. You remember we chain 2 right before the first boolean block stitch on row 1. Now the first row is ready, and here how our motif looks like with this interesting folded crocheted elements made of double crochet stitches. Now let's continue the work and start the next row, row 5. Row of chain spaces. So turn the work to the back, chain 1 to bring up the yarn, and then chain 5 more for the chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet into the first chain space of 4 on previous round. Repeat again, chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and single crochet into the next chain space. Continue in this way till the end of the row. I'm about to finish row 5. I remind you we're working on the back. So to complete this row, chain 5 for the last chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and single crochet into the last chain space of 3 of previous row. The 5th row is ready. Now turn the work to the front and continue with row 6, which is the last one. Work into the first chain space of 5. Single crochet, then half double crochet and double crochet 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Continue into the same chain space, half double crochet and single crochet. Then make a front post boolean block stitch. Work around the post of the following single crochet stitch. Around the post of the single crochet, work yarn over, then pull up a loop from around the post. Repeat 3 times. It's 1, again yarn over, pull up a loop, 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3. Then yarn over and pull through all loops on the hook except the last one. 2 loops remain on the hook, yarn over and pull through 2 to complete the block stitch. Then to continue this row, repeat the same, working into the next chain space of previous row. So into the next chain space, single crochet, then half double crochet and double crochet 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now continue into the same chain space, half double crochet and single crochet. Now again continue with the front post boolean block stitch, working around the post of the next single crochet of previous row. Repeat yarn over and pull up a loop 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Then yarn over and pull through all loops except the last one, then yarn over and pull through 2 to complete the block stitch. Now continue and repeat the same stitch sequence over and over. First work into the chain space and then around the post of the single crochet stitch to make the front post block stitch. Keep working in this way till the end of the row. Then we will continue together and I'll show you how to complete this row. I'm almost done with the last row of stitches. Continue working to the last chain space of previous row. Work the same, single crochet, then half double crochet and double crochet 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Continue into the same chain space, half double crochet and single crochet. Then make the front post block stitch by working around the chain of 2 on row 4. This is the chain space of 2, which is right before the double stitch. Block stitch is ready. Then this is the last double on row 4. Work around the post of this double, single crochet, then half double crochet and double crochet 2. Work around the same post, 1 and 2. Then double crochet 3 around the chain of 2 here, which is right before the first block stitch on row 1. 2 and 3. Then continue around the same chain, half double crochet and the last stitch, single crochet. Now row 6 is ready and also our beautiful crocheted motif is completed. You can cut off the yarn. But before I cut off the yarn, I would like to fix a little bit the center part. As you can see here in the center, we have a chain stitch which became bigger and visible. Before cutting the yarn, I prefer to tie up the center with a slip stitch to hide this hole of chain stitch. Let me turn the work like this and make a slip stitch. Now you can cut off the yarn and hide all tails. Our motif is ready now. This is the front. And this is its back. To make this beautiful motif, you can use any type of yarn. I was working with Angora yarn. Another, the exact same motif, I made of white Angora yarn with Lurex. I have another, the exact same motif for demonstration, and this one is made of more heavy yarn. This motif is made of cotton yarn. You also can use thread for this kind of motifs. Thank you so much for watching. Please follow us for more unique crochet projects.